We're recording, buddy.
Should I turn this on?
You should be turning that on. Because we're recording. Hello, everybody.
Oh, look! It looks like it's already been on.
Hey.
The whole time.
The whole time.
The whole time. Thank God it hasn't been recording the whole time.
Yeah, no shit. Jesus
May have
Christ.
said
All
some-
that shit that we talked about earlier.
You may have said some incriminating stuff.
How mad do you think my wife would be?
Oh shit! What did Megan just leave?
That's where you're going to be, huh? When Jesus comes back. Welcome, everybody, to episode 2.
Do we want to keep putting labels on our thing,
Or
do we?
not?
I don't know. I mean, it's 2020.
You're right. Welcome, everybody, to Two Guys, Two Hoots.
Yeah.
Is that? Can I put that label on it?
Yeah, for sure.
Jesus
Or-
Christ.
well, I mean, you know,
What?
two hoots that identify as males.
What?
I don't know.
We hadn't even started this yet, and you're already not making any sense. Jesus Christ.
The
Downhill this way. So, episode 1 felt a little forced, huh?
I mean, you know, I don't think it did, but in a way it did. You know, I don't have a lot of experiences with podcasts like you do. So I just,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
it sounds weird hearing yourself talk when you go back and listen to it, you know.
Yep. It's also it's weird when you know you got. Oh man, I've said something that was funny to me here. Everybody, shut up and listen. You know what I'm saying? Like that ain't cool either.
And then everybody shuts up to listen, but
And
they've
then
already
it's
been shut up because of
cricket because they're
recording was really low.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Sorry about that too.
So hopefully
this one's better. I
yeah.
turned the volume up. I don't know if it's because I changed computers and my sound card is different on this one than it is on the other one. I really don't know, but we're gonna try this. I turned the master up, so
Nice.
hopefully
Well, with
that
that being said, two guys, two hoots,
here we go.
having
I see we've already started
having a hoot.
having a hoot, giving a hoot. So, man, I've been here. It's made me very interested. But there's been a lot of talk about Charles Manson lately, and I think it's because of that Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Isn't that movie about Charles Manson?
No, well, I mean, he's indirectly in it, but I mean, it's nothing about him.
I haven't seen it yet. So, but I thought somebody said it was about Charles.
I caught the ass end of it. It was pretty good, but I mean, there was just a brief little spot in there.
Well, I've heard quite a few people talking about. Rogan's got a guy that wrote some book that I think I might want to try to pick up and read.
What was the name of the book?
I'd have to finish watching the show to tell you, but I can't remember what he said. I was just watching it.
Well, what makes you want to read the book?
Because I've heard so much talk about Charles Manson lately and all the.
Oh, it has to deal with.
Yeah, the CIA side of it. And
Now, is that the one that had the swastika in his head? That was the musician, the hippie musician?
I think so, yeah. And that's what makes me so intrigued.
And Ted
is
Bundy
like,
was like the
he was
cute, smooth talker guy?
Yeah,
Okay.
I believe so. And Danny Rowling was the guy that Dad went to high school with.
Yeah, the one that did the Gainesville murders. Now, I remember reading that book about him in 7th grade because our mutual friend Alan had let me borrow it, and that dude did some disgusting stuff.
And that was Dad and Buddy's friend.
Yeah.
Like, homie.
Yeah.
Yeah, run tell that, homeboy.
Run and tell that.
Excuse me.
Well,
COVID.
Well, yeah, I was about to say we're still on lockdown.
Man, I got Jackson good earlier. I told him that they were starting school back up on the 1st.
Uh-huh.
And he was like, wait, what? And I was like, yeah, they're starting school back up on the 1st. He was like, no. And I was like, yeah, they can't. I guess it's got something to do with money. I don't know. But, yeah, you're going to go to school for the last 2 weeks. Whatever that, I think it's the Thursday, so the 30th. And he was like, oh, man, they said that they might be. And he bit it. Emily was biting it, even though I was clearly, like, she knew I was lying. And then I was saying other things to support my lie with Jackson. And she kept like, really? And I'm like, bitch. Like, come on, man. You know better than this.
That's funny.
So, but then I finally had to tell him because I didn't want her to reveal it
Yeah.
and me not be there. I wanted to see the look on his face, you know what I'm saying?
To tell him what?
That school's not starting back up.
Oh.
Like, I wanted to tell him on the 30th.
I know he's a little disappointed because he doesn't get to say goodbye to his friends or anything like that. But
He's happy as a clam because he hated this fucking class this
yeah,
year.
that's what he told me. He didn't like
his
it.
fucking class was full of, pain in the ass kids that would never settle down. The whole class gets in trouble because of, 7 or 8 kids.
Yeah.
So just rowdy kids. It's 5th grade. It's what's about to start. public schools. You know how this shit goes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I definitely do. Mine. So it's kind of a unique year for your kid leaving 5th, going to 6th.
Yep.
Mine hopefully leaving 8th, going to 9th, and then Pharaoh son leaving high school.
Yeah.
So all 3 of ours really don't get to finish and say goodbye to.
Any of
You know, it's kind of crazy. Like, and what sucks for like my child is like he's not going to the same school all his kids from middle school are going to.
right.
You know, because he's going to be at Bird.
Oh, that's right.
Where all of them are going to
Yeah.
be in Southwood.
Yeah,
So they're trying to get him into Southwood, but like I'm like, dude, I'm not like.
So wait a minute, all them kids that go out there to that middle school that's Southwood. They're in their high school out there?
Huntington.
No, out in Caveville. Isn't there a high school?
Nuh-uh.
Really?
Uh-uh.
That big ass school is just the elementary and middle?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
I guess the other one is whatever that one's that's further
North
south.
DeSoto?
North DeSoto. There you
Yeah.
go.
Now that's a everything school, but that's a whole different parish.
Yeah, no, it's
yeah, no,
makes sense,
Keyfield does Huntington and Southwood.
wow.
So
Southwood, man, he'll fit in good out there with all them crazy fucks.
yeah.
At least they were crazy fucks when we were in high school.
So as of right now, he's going to Bird.
That's what's up.
He don't want to do it though, of course.
Yeah. Jay wants to go to CM. He's going to CMM, but he wants to go to Magnet High. And
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, don't be a fucking.
That's where his mama went.
Yeah, and she's the one that keeps pushing that shit.
Let her push her agenda. Let her push her liberal agenda. We see what you're doing,
Liberal.
Emily.
Emily, liberal? No, wrong. Fake.
Fake.
No.
That's what
It
happens.
has been crazy that they didn't get to do. Like, I mean,
I
think
heard
about
your
all the
son
singers-
bashing Trump the other day.
Yeah, which one? Jonah? No, but it is crazy that they don't, because, I mean, we were talking about it the other day, and it's like, hey, Jackson, you do realize you don't go back to Arthur Circle ever again. And he'll never be in school with his brother and his sister again.
Yeah.
It'll be one. He'll never go to school with Jonah again,
Mm-mm.
ever.
Yeah,
That's
he's
it
too
for
far
them.
back.
Yeah, that's it for them, so. But sister's got her protection. She'll have her protection in middle school and her protection in high school.
An older one. Because what? He'll be in 8th when she's in 6th.
Yep. And then he'll be a junior when she's a freshman.
Yeah, there you go. He gets to drive
And then
little sis to school.
She'll be a senior, if I remember correctly. She'll be a senior when Jonah's a freshman. She might be a junior when Jonah's a freshman. But you know that little motherfucker right there. He ain't gonna let nothing happen to her, unless it's by his hand.
Yeah.
So, anything crazy happened this week with you?
Pretty much no sporting events or anything like that, so no, life's pretty lame.
I'm pretty sick. I'm about sick and tired of these fucking employees that are still working. You know, there's plenty of people out there that want to be working, but all these fucking people that are working places, but they're bitching about being essential, man, that shit's getting on my nerves.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because their attitude's starting to leak into their everyday job. Look, I mean, you know, like Popeyes and McDonald's and all those places, their service is, it is what it is. It ain't necessarily the best here. And then you factor in that they're pissed off that their, you know, homeboy that lives a couple doors down is, you know, off work and making $600 plus a week on unemployment. Got his food stamps double, and they're pissed off because they're still having to go to work. That shit leaks out into when you hand the food out the window.
Oh, yeah.
You know, to the guy that's just trying to get food for the wife and kids, you know, because they're bitching at him.
Oh, you must have had a bad experience here recently.
Man, at Popeyes, this chick, whenever, like, she didn't tell me what my total was. She just snatched my card and slammed the window. And I was like, God damn. And when I asked her how much was it, she told me as she was closing the window, so I still didn't get it. And then when she handed my food, I was like, how much did I just fucking pay for this shit? And she was like, I don't know, the receipt's in the bag, and closed the goddamn door again. And then, like, I sat there and I went through it because, you know, at this point in time, like I said to her, there was nothing about her that made it seem like she gave a fuck. Because I was looking through the bag and she opened the window. She's like, what are you doing? And that's when I was like, there's nothing about you that seems like you give a fuck about anything right now. So I'm checking to make sure all my shit's here. And the woman behind her was like, see, girl, I told you, you need to settle down with that shit. And she was like, man, fuck this shit. I could be making fucking $700 a week on unemployment, and I got to fucking be in this bit. And she just went off. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that's right, fucking bitch.
Well,
You know, but you
That's
can't quit your job and get unemployment right now. You know.
Well,
what
a lot of people haven't been getting unemployment just recently when the money hit for all the people, for quite a few people. That's also when the unemployment doubled. A lot of people haven't been getting unemployment, so
Fortunately for me, nothing's changed.
yeah,
You know what I mean? I am extremely fortunate that nothing, period, with the exception of the kids going to school, has changed for us.
Well, I am actually going to be furloughed this week, so I'll be filing for unemployment for the upcoming week.
I've been listening on the radio, and for the last like 5 or 6 days, they talk about between 10 p.m. and 4 a.m. is the best time to apply.
That's what I heard, so we'll see.
Me turn that shit off. These notifications gonna get on my goddamn nerves. This fucking Slack channel blows up. Shout out to Slack if you want to be one of our sponsors. Just don't notify us during the podcast.
Jesus, get your shit together, Slack.
Nah, I'm on everybody's channel at my work because, I'm kind of a big deal.
Get it, big deal.
But I'm on everybody's channel, and by being on everybody's channel, I get notified whenever anybody speaks. And I get notified with certain words, like any cuss word that you can think of is in there. Late, running late, shit like that. Damage, accident, wreck. I did a bunch of keywords that, like, that it'll scare you when it goes off.
Oh, damn.
So just in case, you know what I mean? You never know what you need.
Yeah.
So, and it dings my phone and my computer, all of my computers, if I have it open. It's cool. It's all right. It's a nice little service to have when you got a bunch of people to deal with. I wish the chat worked in-app for the driver so that you didn't have to have 2 apps, but what you gonna do?
Yeah. So, you smoked anything new since the last time we talked?
Have I done what?
Smoked anything new since the last time we talked?
Yeah, and it didn't turn out that good.
What was it?
I did a prime rib yesterday.
Uh-huh.
Way over-seasoned it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I don't know if I misread because I watched the video, and then in the description there was the recipe. But way too much salt. Way too much salt. And then we ate a pretty good amount of it. We cut around the outside of it. Ended up, the dogs loved it. They fucking loved the fuck out of it. But everybody in the house, their ankles are fat as fuck today. There was so much salt in that shit. It's bad. It wasn't good. I mean, I only paid $22 for the prime rib. It was a 3-pounder. And that may have been one of my problems is I think, I haven't gone back and watched and looked, but I think the recipe that I had was for a 5-pounder. And I didn't take that in consideration like an asshole.
Oh, yeah, that made a big difference.
But way too salty. Couldn't really eat it. Cooked really well. If the flavor would have been better, it'd have been way better, obviously. But it was cooked well. It was a good medium rare. I think it'd have been nice if I'd have nailed it with the seasoning. But hey, these things are trial and error.
Yeah.
Did I tell you I caught the grill on fire the other day?
Your new one?
Yeah.
What happened?
I was cooking steaks like I normally do, but I cooked them on the smoker side. I was doing chicken wings, so I was slow cooking chicken wings. And when I got done, I just cranked the heat up to where it got to like 500 degrees in the smoker side of it, and I put my steak on there. Well, I just threw butter on it, and my butter ignited, and when it ignited, it caught the drip tray on fire. So, like, I opened it. I was sitting in here, and I was waiting on my timer to go off, and I was like, fuck, man, I smell a fire. And I got up and walked out there, and sure shit, and had a little fire in the corner. It was enough of a fire where I wasn't comfortable with just, like, hitting it with a little bit of water to put it out. And I ended up having to drop some baking soda down in there just to make sure it was out. And then I had to get the steak off. So the steak was a little rare, because it still had a little bit of time, but I didn't want it to taste like burnt fucking baking soda, you know what I mean? And I won't use the smoker side to do steaks again. I'll use the propane side that I'm used to.
Yeah.
So
trial and error.
Yeah, trial and error. I mean, that brisket was fucking fire. My chicken wings were fucking fire. My chicken wings were off the fucking chain.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, those chicken wings were fire.
How long did it take you to do those?
About an hour, hour and 10, hour and 20 minutes. So, but they were really good. I've got more in there to do this week because Jackson loves chicken wings.
Now, do you do them like all together? Or do y'all cut them up? Do you do the legs, the flats, and all that
Yeah,
together?
I get the like the what you would get from any place when you order wings, the buffalo wings, just the wing that's cut. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
the drum and the flat. And I that's how I do them. You know, so I mean, you can see the package, and it's not like a wing and a leg. It's a buffalo wing. It's the drum, the
Okay.
flat and the drum.
I just didn't know if it was the ones that were they were all together,
No. It's
or are they they're
they're
already
separated
cut
a little
for
bit,
you.
like
Yeah.
what you would get at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but yeah, no, they were goddamn delicious the other day. So
I'm still enjoying my air fryer. Shout out to air fryer.
We got somebody joining Two Guys, Two Hoots this evening. I don't know if she wants to join us or not, but she might. Megathan,
Howdy.
how are you? So, but that air fryer, man, that thing works great with pretty much everything. You can even, you sure? You can even apparently reheat pizza in it, and it's fucking delicious.
Yeah. Someone told me they put flour tortillas, a little sriracha, some cheese, some pepperoni, and put it in the air fryer and make a pizza like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you tried it yet?
I have not. Will I try it?
Absolutely. You're damn right you will.
Recently, I did showed my son the pizza roll, and so now I think he's a pizza roll air fryer guy.
Pizza rolls in the air fryer are really good, as long as you don't do them too long.
No.
They get too crispy.
That and just French fries in general.
Man, French fries are something else on that thing, because you can get those fucking things crispy, and you can season them when they're still like hot and greasy, so it sticks.
And half the time, then oven.
Yeah, if you want to pull that to your face, you can, but if you don't, you don't have to. All right. So yeah, I like ours, and you said you got a Big Daddy too, didn't you?
7 gallons, 7 quart.
7 gallons. Jesus.
I don't know
Yeah,
what
probably
it is.
quarts.
It's a big one.
Yeah, mine's not that big, but I like it. I like it a lot.
Is it a quart? Yeah, then that's what it is. I couldn't remember what it is.
Yeah.
So
But
picked it
yeah.
up at Best Buy.
Told you. That's where I got mine at. Mine was on sale like a motherfucker
I
too.
didn't even think about that.
Did you watch any? Did I email you that Louis C.K.?
No, I don't think
I got
so.
Louis C.K. special. It's funny.
Oh yeah,
It's funny as shit.
sell me on it.
Do you like Louis C.K.?
Yeah.
Well, all right.
I mean, I've watched his comedy specials.
You like his stand-ups?
Yeah, they're not bad.
Dude, he addresses
The
the
elephant
thing,
in the room.
the elephant in the room, the elephant in his hand. He would never mind. I'm not gonna give any spoilers, but
Well,
oh, wait a minute,
I
one down,
watched,
one down. We got to give another hoot now. Let me
Yeah.
see that later.
I watched that Chris. What's his last name?
D'Elia?
Yeah,
Yeah.
D'Elia new one
I
on
hadn't watched
Netflix.
it yet.
I don't know, man. It's okay. I did laugh. There was moments where I laughed. I just
Well, for me, Louis C.K. and Dave Chappelle, Jim Gaffigan. There hasn't been a special that they've put out that I haven't laughed at.
no.
I really do like Tom Segura and Burt Kreischer. I know you're on the fence about Tom Segura.
Yeah, I'll have to watch some more of his stuff. I haven't been too overly impressed with him.
I like him, but
But
I also like Burt too.
I do like
I haven't seen
Machine.
D'Elia's new one. I can't say I've seen an older one of D'Elia, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I don't know. It was just all right. It was worth the watch. I mean, it wasn't horrible by any means, but there was a moment while watching it, I was like, how high on cocaine is this motherfucker right now?
Yeah,
And then like halfway through the set, he says, and look, guys, it may seem like I'm high on cocaine. And I'm like, yeah, it does.
Did you hear me? There's
I've never done cocaine. I've never even drank alcohol.
You ought to watch him on podcasts, especially when he gets with Brian Callen. They get
Who?
Brian Callen,
No, who?
Chris D'Elia.
Oh, okay.
They get almost annoyingly argumentative. It's a long table, man. It's a big reach.
Have to get like a.
So I got a new table back here. I don't know.
You're gonna describe it
I'm
to
gonna-
our listeners.
It's a quarter acre.
Long by 2
I've
acres
seen
wide.
Tiger Woods missed putts that are shorter than this table. No, it's I don't know the exact measurement. It's like 7.5 by 4.5. It's almost. I mean, it's almost the size of this fucking gigantic rug that I got in here.
Yeah.
So, but it's a gigantic table. We had this round table that you know the story behind that, the 1972 table. My dad bought a table in Sierra Vista in 1972, and it's been in every house that I've ever lived in. It's always moved with me. Like, it sat out, you know, this is what we used to, you know, give to hoots back in the day around on the back porch.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, 50 hoots, yeah. But it goes with the show that we're doing here. But you don't understand what I'm saying. So anyway, but no, that fucking table's been around and seen some shit. So I couldn't get rid of it. I didn't have another place for it, so I built a top for it. I like it.
Yeah, it looks really good, man. You can actually see it on your other.
On my podcast, His Man Cave. Yeah, give that one a listen.
Yeah, there you go. If you're looking for new material.
For what?
Looking for new material.
Yeah, if you're just looking for, hear me and somebody else banter for an hour and 15 minutes on that one. Jesus Christ. I don't know if Glenn's going to make it tonight.
No.
I don't know. I hadn't talked to him yet.
Fingers crossed.
That he won't?
I don't
Well,
know.
he's got his moments. Him and his diverticulitis or whatever the fuck it is that he's got.
I don't know.
I'm joking. He doesn't have diverticulitis or whatever. He's got something though.
Irritable bowel syndrome.
Something like that.
Sensitive
Out of his
Sally.
Sensitive Sally's got a sensitive tummy. Oh, he hates that sensitive Sally shit, boy.
That's funny.
You'll stop messing with me like that. Please, stop punking me in front of my friends.
That's funny.
Love you. Yeah, fuckface fits him. So, what else? Anything? Did you see Michael Cho? You know who that is?
Mm-mm.
That comedian on Saturday Night Live. He's the black guy on the Weekend Update. I think his name is Cho or Chow.
I think I know who you're talking. He's the black guy with Colin.
Yeah. He lost his grandmother over the last couple of weeks. I think
To the
she
COVID?
passed away to COVID complications.
I don't know.
And he paid everybody's rent in the building that she lived in. All of them. So, yeah, no, I thought that was pretty fucking dope of him, as a, I guess.
Humanitarian
I want to say it was like it's like an older people apartment.
establishment.
I don't know the details of it, but yeah, apparently he fucking put his money where his mouth was and helps people out.
There you go.
Did you see, I don't know, I heard they did it, but I never got to see it, but did they do Saturday Night Live from Zoom meetings, basically?
Did they? Were they talking about doing
this last
that?
Saturday? Yeah, I don't know if they did it or not. I hadn't seen it, but I know they were talking about doing it.
That's
So
what they've been doing, like all the
the Tonight shows and all that stuff. Yeah,
be at home.
yeah. Which is weird though, because I mean they could. I guess they can't get there, is what the problem's probably going to be. Because I know they still do podcasts.
At least Joe does.
A lot of people do. I mean, Bert and Tom still have their Two Bears, One Cave that they do. And it's so fucked up that even us, which one?
The bigger guy.
Bert?
I don't know.
Tom? Oh, you don't know. Anyway.
I don't know. But if you like pull it up, like one of those episodes, like all bearded and stuff, it looks like Richard.
That's probably Bert. The machine.
And that's the problem with cream.
That's right. That's right.
Oh man, dude, his new comedy special is really good.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, all the puns that he makes about his wanting his coffee black are fucking great.
Oh, great.
Yeah. We're
That's
talking about
perfect.
Burt Kreischer's new comedy special. He's got a. Is that his closing joke?
No, that's like one of his opening ones, like
But-
probably 2-3 into it.
But he's got a pretty good bit about a barista at a coffee shop. So, well, you're off this whole week.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Gonna get that unemployment check.
What? Got to make that money, man. That money, man. It's still the same now.
What went from being a unpaid week off is about to turn into a paid week off.
That's right. You're damn right.
So
Well, how much more of a hoot do we have to give? Not much.
not much of a hoot.
Not much of a hoot to give left.
Not much of a hoot to give.
Well, we're gonna keep trying to do these.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna. I need to start recording some of the things that I do, like building tables,
Yeah.
and cooking brisket, and things like that. I need to do that. I need to get better at it.
I'm gonna get a tripod and record the clean out of the attic tomorrow.
Oh yeah, we need to get a ladder over there.
I'm gonna get one. I'm gonna get Caden to get up there and get me the boxes down.
Okay, you want to take this 8-footer I got out here?
I'm gonna go get one at my work, a 6-footer. I think I'm
You
gonna
need
buy
an 8-footer.
one, an 8-footer to get up there.
Yeah, 8-footer.
Hmm.
Because 6 foot gets you 2 foot away from the ceiling, and that's enough if you want to just stand and pull stuff out. But if you need to get in and out of there, which is what y'all will have to do,
Yeah.
you're gonna need an 8-footer.
All right. I heard this little critter running right across the little styrofoam board
Yeah.
earlier. Man, I thought about just like punching it and making the little motherfucker like either die of a heart attack, but then I thought it was just gonna like land right on my table in the middle of all that clusterfuck of shit and like like
Yeah.
if you know
You
and
need to
take
have your
off
dog back
running.
there, or
And
take
you know
Pete-
me,
take
I'm
Pete
gonna
with
be
you.
like,
Oh yeah, you'd have been on the
it
table
would
with
have
the
been fucking
motherfucker.
horrible, man.
Did I can't say the name of the restaurant because that's just not fair. But if you know me, you know which restaurant it probably was. No, thank you. I had to go rat hunting one time at a restaurant at night.
Oh yeah, that place on Louisiana.
Yeah, on Avenue. I shot one with Josiah's crossbow through a ceiling tile, because they had those metal ceiling tiles.
Mm-hmm.
So when this fat fuck was running across the ceiling tiles, you could see it. Like, you could see where it was at, because
Right.
it weighed the tiles down. It weighed that metal down. And a lot of the insulation up above that shit was gone, because of people moving it around and, doing this, that, and the other, hooking stuff up, whatever, just never putting it back. And, man, I was sitting in there, and you'd be in there at lunch, like at 11 o'clock in the morning, and you'd see that motherfucker run. Because what I found out is it had the nest where it had its babies, and then it had another little nest that it was working on an exit to get out, and then it had its exit. So it ran in like this triangle, basically. And I was in there, and I was trying to find it. I was trying to find it, and I couldn't get it to run. And then I finally stumbled across the nest where the babies were, and that's when that motherfucker took off. Well, I got the bat of insulation that had all the babies in it out, just dropped it in the trash can, and kept on going. Well, I was trying to find where that motherfucker was at, and I'd bumped where he was working on his exit, and he took off, and I heard him go outside. And I was like, all right, well, I guess that's it for tonight. So I was cleaning up my mess, and then the motherfucker came back. And he came in and basically went the reverse of the way that he went out. He went to his exit first, and then went to go check on them babies. And when that motherfucker was creeping over there, got around where them babies were, I knew that all the insulation was gone. I knew the babies were gone. So as soon as he got into that, or she got into that, onto that ceiling tile and it weighed down, that's the only thing that was up there. And man, I fucking shot this crossbow, and it pierced that goddamn ceiling tile, and then blood started running down that motherfucker. Not much, just a little bit. And I was like, oh! I got to pull that thing out of this motherfucker now.
Oh, that's funny.
And that fucking thing like wiggled for a little bit, man, and then finally stopped wiggling. And I just took the ceiling tile. I grabbed some gloves out of the kitchen, and I took the ceiling tile down, holding on to the dart, and just walked over to the trash can and just pulled the dart out. Just pushed the ceiling tile and pulled the dart out and let the rat drop in the trash can. And it was still alive. It hadn't died yet, so when it hit the trash can, it was flopping around and shit. But he was fucked. But oh man, that shit was so fucked up. It was like when Josiah went to stab that possum with the pitchfork. You know, I know that if Josiah would have stabbed that possum with that pitchfork, he'd have picked that pitchfork up and like been, like, what have I done? Oh man, that's a story for another time. Oh goddamn! Oh goddamn! Oh goddamn!
I've drowned rats and stuff like that before.
Yeah, being an exterminator.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Little field mice on little sticky pads.
Yeah.
Or set like real traps and killed them and picked them up.
Dude, did I tell you about the one that fucking chewed his leg off? So I was back here one night and I heard the trap go off, and I've gone back there before with the dogs like itching to get in there and had to fight them off of a rat. I've had them get a rat and rip it in half. I've had to, like slap the shit out of them, tell them to get out of the room. So I just don't even react. I just let the motion, like the flopping around, stop. Heard the trap snap. Didn't think nothing about it. Figured I'd go back there the next day and there'd be a dead rat. I'd throw him in the trash. Go back there, no dead rat. Didn't even think about it. And I was doing something, and I checked the traps like to see. I've got two of them where they're set up, and I checked to see if they had been set. And when I looked, one of them was gone. And I was like, oh yeah, that's right. I was like, there's a rat in here somewhere. And I turn around and I'm looking for the trap, and I can't find the trap. And I turn around, it's on the other side of the room, and it's got a fucking leg in it.
And nothing else.
And this motherfucker like got his leg caught in it and chewed his motherfucking leg off. And
oh wow!
Got the
like
fuck
that
out of there.
That wolf story, like when the wolf gets hit with a claw, and they chew
Chews his leg off. Yeah. No, this motherfucker did it. So there's some rat running a
fucking
circle around this
tripod.
motherfucker. Yeah.
Rat running around this motherfucker.
Yeah, motherfucker. But hey, man, fuck you. Get out of my building. You know what I mean?
no
Get out of my
shit.
goddamn room. So, all right. Well, I want you to call us out. We're done. This is it for episode 2. Oh wait, no labels.
No labels. Hashtag. Bye to everybody. Wait. Well, we'll have to brainstorm for a closing thing. As of now, it's